everyone, Terry's editor here. I'm just letting you know this is going to be a much longer music reaction than you're used to, mainly because of the amount of annotations I added on Genius and some of the lyrics you might have missed during the reaction. But don't worry, I'm only going to interject to add some additional context and go over some of the lines you might have missed during the initial reaction. Other than that, please like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the reaction.
Martian, I know you're seeing this, and yes, it's the time for me to react to Death by 1,000 Cuts. Now, I know I do not have Genius loaded. Would you look at that? My other phone is charged. 1 second. Have you got Genius open? I'm gonna open it on my other phone. Cause I can't find my other phone. I might have to use my old one. My second old one. I kept that old one for like some fucking years, and so now. Wait, hold up a second. I'm just like reading what is on the wall. Perfectio Doctrinas, Dictatories, et ideas, Solaris parts. Holy shit, I think is that Greek? Is that fucking Greek? I'm not sure that's Greek. I was like reading like the top wall from like right here. What the fuck is that? It's Latin? Oh, okay, cool.
Perfectio Doctrinas, Dictatoris, et ideas totalitarias parit. Translated from Latin, actually means perfection breeds doctrines, dictators, and totalitarian ideas. The quote in question is attributed to one Antonio Tabucci, who was an Italian writer and academic who taught Portuguese language and literature at the University of Siena, Italy. Unfortunately, while I've not been able to find a direct source regarding where the quote comes from, the best guess that I have is from his debut novel from 1975, Piazza d'Italia. It's a short picaresque novel that spans from the Italian unification to the fascist era.
It's like I know that language, I just forgot it. I say this because I was like watching regular show and it was like Quam he feature Orionis and Hera Vagera Sabera Aristotum. Something like that. And I was like, God damn, bro. Oh, hold on, let me get my charger real quick. Sorry, I'm just doing my phone. Oh wait, hold on a second. I'm just making sure I got everything loaded. I just realized my shit is like all the way fucking down. That's not how I want my shit to go.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
My thing's on a charger, so I think I might be good to go. Crazy thing about it is my phone. I'm using an Android phone, so that's why my thing's going like completely slow. Sorry, Martian, this is gonna take like a long while. The main reason for the quote being part of the cover is due to Julius Caesar. Oh snap! Whose assassination is depicted on the cover, was known as Rome's first emperor / dictator.
The original image for the cover in question comes from an 1806 painting by Vincenzo Camuccini, depicting the assassination of Julius Caesar, promptly titled The Death of Julius Caesar. The painting was originally commissioned in 1793 by Frederick Hervey, 4th Earl of Bristol, for whom he had already produced a copy of Raphael's Deposition. He completed a cartoon for the work in 1793, which was favorably received by art critics in Rome at the time. However, when he produced a first version of the painting in 1796, it was less well received, and so he destroyed it and started again from scratch, completing the current version in 1806. Now, the Earl who had originally commissioned the painting actually died in 1803, and his heirs refused to pay for the work, so Camuccini instead sold it to Joachim Murat in 1807. After Murat's fall, it was acquired by Ferdinand II of the Two Sicilies, not to be confused with Franz Ferdinand, and relocated to the Palazzo Reale in Naples. In 1864, it entered its current home at the National Museum of Capodimonte in Naples.
Oh, I heard of Julius Caesar before. Oh my god. Caesar. No, fuck, I ain't mean to fucking... My bad, Marsh. When you're using an Android charger, it's so complicated because an iPhone is way faster than an Android. Dumbass Android charger? Not Android charger, Android phone. It's ridiculous. Fine, I'll look it up. This is gonna take a whole while, bro. Jesus Christ. I want to do the other Sonic Shores, but I wanted to keep that shit on the hold for now. I was trying to search up Death by 1,000 Cuts and they gave me Taylor Swift. Apparently. There it is. Alright, load please. You know what's crazy? I'm the biggest pendejo in the VTuber community who possibly knows half shit about history. Oh, I just pulled up the Genius shit, and this is gonna be a gasping thing, and I think he's discussed this on his Instagram. I want to make sure he adds this in the fucking part of the video. And I quote, "During the first half of Trump's second presidential term, I started to become more observant of what was happening to our country, what was happening behind the scenes, and even some of the feelings I was having in reaction to some of these legislative decisions. The passing of the big ugly bill especially hit me hard at the time. But if there's one observation I made is that becoming more factual by the day that is every dictator will always have their day, and in the end, they will die by 1,000 cuts." Holy shit, yeah, that it basically makes sense. I want to give y'all a TLDR about when Trump was elected a second time as president. There was like a lot of people who voted, quote unquote, for him, and then all of a sudden they tried to switch sides, be like, "Oh, I didn't know he was going to do this. I really made a huge mistake." No, you didn't make a mistake. You wasn't thinking enough. You was hyping all this nigga for no reason. Now all of a sudden he's doing all this bullshit. Now you want to come back to us. Stay in your lane, please. We don't want you coming back here. Stay in your lane, bitch. This nigga Trump sent ICE agents to kill every innocent bystander outside in public. My God, there are a lot of people who died from those causes. Don't worry, the EP will show you that exact reaction to Trump voters trying to come back over to our side. Martian, this is the reason why I fuck with you so much, bro. God damn it, bro. If the fucking ad break starts, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking lose it, bro. But you know what? No, I'm not finna fucking start it. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on the second time Trump was like being voted as a president of the United States. He's down to 47th. Apparently, it was a head-to-head with him and Kamala Harris. I know it's an ad break. I know. You gotta change the wait time for your ad break to 30 to 1 hour. I know. I'm too generous of the revenue. But yeah, I should possibly do that. Wait, but how much revenue would I get? I might have to do that. It might be worth it also. Because like every other 30 minutes, you don't have to wait for like other that shit. I thought 30 minutes would be like, oh, just 30 minutes and yada yada yada, such and such. Everyone has perfect time. No, I definitely need to change that shit to an hour. I'm gonna go AFK for now. But hold up a second. I want all my niggas to be free from the ads. Ads suck. And I think this is how we earn our revenue. Our small revenue. So, before I actually start this EP, my thoughts on this whole presidential term with Trump. What I know for certain is a lot of these fucking ICE agents that Trump sent to keep our country quote unquote safe, it's just diabolical. It's a lot of people who have been shot, have been forcefully pulling out their homes, and all of a sudden they've been boomed, and all of a sudden they just walk away like nothing happened. That's what pissed me off. They were surrounding this one dude, and here's the thing. The guy they surrounded, he had a gun in his pocket, but the guy didn't pull out the gun. One of the agents did, and they boomed him, and then they just walked away. And the one thing that really ticked me off, it's a lot of YouTubers who like react to this kind of shit. But what really did piss me off was like, oh, but he had a gun. But did he pull it out from his pocket? One of the agents pulled out his gun and boomed him with it and walked away like nothing happened. And the worst thing about it is a lot of Mexicans, Latinos who are being cornered by all these freaking federal agents instead of just pulling them up with just guns on their sides and trying to be like, oh, we're gonna arrest you, bro. Did you just check first, bro? Like, that's the thing why I don't fuck with ICE. Oh, first time chatter. Hi, fam. Do you know what the Bible reminds me to? The tragedy of Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one. Oh, shit, really? Oh, man, that's crazy. I never knew that. Long story short, Trump and Kamala Harris got it on. Trump won. This nigga wreaks havoc across the fucking country. Nigga gets named to the Epstein files, doesn't respond to that shit. Instead, he bombs Iran to avoid that question. That's our president, folks. He was an angel like Lucifer and then became evil and edgy. Who, Anakin? Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Enough yapping. I gotta get to this, bro, because I know we in a fucking time schedule and I gotta keep this shit up. Very excited of where this shit's gonna take me. So it's 6 tracks in total and I'm gonna be okay with it. I'm so fucking happy that this nigga dropped. Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to get this out the way. What Martian has told me verbatim, this EP was released the same day that Lindsey Graham died. And what he told me was the same person who voted against the medical attention for the survivors of 9/11. So that nigga was a dick. Good riddance to him, because shout out to all my 9/11 survivors. I hope y'all motherfuckers doing all right. 9/11 was a tragedy. Lost a lot of good people during that kind of thing. And we always fucking pray to the people who have died in that tragic day. And we always pray for the survivors, and we make sure the motherfuckers is good. All right, let me turn this fucking background music off. You locked in? You ready? Is you ready? I'm ready. Let's fucking do this, bro. First up, Republican bastards. And I forget to goddamn do the desktop audio. Fuck me, bro. Okay, eerie kind of fucking beat.
We've stolen a great deal of money. You just took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh.
It's done in America all the time.
Oh.
Good morning, Mr. Dial.
You chose to open the rat cages. Portraits adorned with mad faces.
Okay.
They feast on your minds with hate, yet we remain blind to a fate. I know I'm a fan of R&B, but not so much a fan of RBs. But what do you mean? The sandwiches with sliced meat? Might as well claim I'm halal when I reject the pork on my plate. But the knife is close to my eyeball, no wonder I was in need of a clean shave. Let me give you a
Pause. Wait. Oh my god, wait. Oh my god. How do I pause?
Whether in a red cap or the pale pin.
God damn it. Fuck. My shit just got fucking froze. And I'm like, what the? Bro, fucking pause. Wait. I'm trying to fucking catch up. You chose to open the rat cages, portraits adorned with mad faces. They feast on your minds with hate, yet we remain blind to our fate. Literally the start of 2026.
You chose to open the rat cages is an indirect reference to the dystopian novel 1984 by English novelist, poet, essayist, journalist, and critic Eric Arthur Blair, who wrote under the pen name George Orwell. More specifically, it is a reference to the Ministry of Love's Room 101, which is a basement torture chamber that subjects prisoners to their own worst nightmare, fear, or phobia, with the objective of breaking down their final resistance. The nightmare, and therefore the threatened punishment for the protagonist, Winston Smith, is to be attacked by rats. This is manifested in Room 101 by confronting Smith with a wire cage that contains 2 large rats. The front of the cage is shaped so that it can fit over a person's face. A trapdoor is then opened, allowing the rats to devour the victim's face. This cage is fitted over Smith's face, but he saves himself by begging the authorities to subject his lover, Julia, to suffer this torture instead of him, betraying the love interest.
Feast on your minds with hate, yet we remain blind to our fate. This is the start of possibly the middle of 2025 and 2026. You thought 2024 was a crazy year. Alright, let's continue.
A fan of R&B, but not so much a fan of RBs.
I know I'm a fan of R&B, but not so much of a fan of RBs. RBs, I'm guessing it's Republican bastards. Yeah, I'm not a fucking fan of these dumbass Republicans who twist our minds with so much shit that they make us want to switch sides and shit. It's just fucking crazy how this country is just full of bigots now. I'm ashamed.
What do you mean? The sandwiches with sliced meat.
The sandwiches with sliced meat. That's kind of a deeper meaning. And actually, opening the rat cages is a reference to 1984, where there's a torture room mentioned in a book called Room 101, where one of the methods of torture was placing a rat inside of a cage, opening it, and the only way for the rat to get out of the cage is to eat its way through someone's skin. I'm sorry, wait, what? Is to eat its way through someone's skin and into their body? Nigga, that's a death sentence. What the fuck? Yeah, this country's fucked.
Might as well claim I'm halal when I reject the pork on my plate, but the knife is close to my eye.
Might as well claim I'm halal when I reject the pork on my... That's a deeper meaning. That's a deeper meaning. Yeah, because you can't eat pork, sadly.
I know I'm a fan of R&B is a reference to the popular music genre rhythm and blues, which originated within African American communities in the 1940s. But not so much a fan of RBs is obviously a reference to the title of the track in question, but it is also a reference to the American fast food sandwich chain Arby's, which is best known for selling roast beef sandwiches, which ties into the following lines of, "But what do you mean? The sandwiches with sliced meat," which then follows the next line of, "Might as well claim I'm halal." Halal is an Arabic word that translates to permissible in English, and the term is more often associated with Islamic dietary laws, particularly in regards to meat that is slaughtered according to Islamic guidelines. It can also govern ethical practices in business, finance, and daily living. This is then followed by the last line in this scheme, "When I reject the pork on my plate." And pork is actually one of the foods classified as being haram, or a variety of substances that are considered unlawful for humans to consume within these practices. And while livestock or cattle is considered halal, except for those that are explicitly prohibited, the animals in question include sheep, goats, camels, and buffalo. But what is not included in that list is cow, and roast beef is one of the meats that come from said animal. However, more succinctly, the first two lines are also a play off of the letters R and B. But what do you mean? The sandwiches with sliced meat?
Yeah.
Might as well claim I'm halal when I reject the pork on my plate. But the knife is close to my eyeball. No wonder I was in need of a clean shave.
Ugh.
Let me give you a hint. It's the elephant in the room. But the knife is close to my eyeball is a direct reference to the 1929 French silent short film Un Chien Andalou, directed, produced, and edited by Louis Buñuel, who also co-wrote the screenplay with noted surrealist painter Salvador Dali. At the beginning of the film, a man sharpens a razor and tests it on his thumb. He gazes up at the moon, which is about to be bisected by a thin cloud. A young woman stares straight ahead as he brings the razor near her eye. A cut occurs to the cloud passing in front of the moon, and then to a close-up of the razor slicing open her eye. No wonder I was in need of a clean shave is referring to the straight razor, which was the same type of knife used in the short film and is most notably used for manually shaving facial hair. Let me give you a hint. It's the elephant in the room is in reference to the expression, the elephant in the room. It is an English language idiom for an important and obvious topic that is left undiscussed due to its awkward or controversial nature. It is also in reference to the Republican Party's symbol of the elephant. Holding a contract with fine print, swimming in a swamp unaware of its doom. It doesn't matter the form to its name, whether in a red cap or lapel pin, they continue to stoke invisible flame.
Whether it's in a red cap or a lapel pin, they continue to stoke invisible flames. Who does those remind you of? I'll let the viewers guess. I'll wait. I'll definitely wait. This is the reason why Acid made this fucking model. This means something. You see this fucking face? You see this whole body is shade? This is the start. This is the start.
We'd rather spread cap and propel wind. It's been a beautiful disaster, Republican bastards.
Spread cap and propel wind. Ah, shit.
I cope through the caliphate with cupcakes. I know this isn't good for visitation, but you can't grow back with your castrate. Beginning machinations and molestations, heads should be leaving their shoulders. But DC would rather draft their soldiers. But DC would rather draft their soldiers is in reference to the Trump administration's multiple deployments of National Guard troops across the U.S., including Chicago, Illinois, and Los Angeles, California. A promise you'll never keep when Netanyahu swims in a creek. People.
Are you reacting to other stuff later? I might if I get the time. You can like recommend me some stuff on my Discord. I'm sorry because I'm juggling two birds with one stone. Why make a promise you'll never keep when Netanyahu swims in our creek? I think I possibly know who Netanyahu is. I haven't got the full picture of him yet. Martian, let me know. Because I know who Netanyahu is. I just forgot his fucking actions. I know who that person is.
Station's head should be leaving their shoulders, but DC would rather draft their soldiers. Why make a promise you'll never keep when Netanyahu swims in a creek? People gathered outside the ranch as justice is neglected at every branch. Well, evidence is redacted and erased. FBI tries to make it look like files are misplaced.
Is this nigga talking about the goddamn files? If this nigga's talking about the goddamn files, fuck me, bro.
It's part of the protection package. Censorship comes with rejection language.
Sorry, I had to fucking lose it, bro. Oh my god. Benjamin Netanyahu is the prime minister of Israel and he's responsible for the genocide. Oh snap, that's right. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yep. I'm reading these freaking lyrics on Genius and I know exactly what he's talking about. Let me just fucking bring this shit back. As justice is neglected at every branch while evidence is redacted and erased, FBI tries to make it look like the files were misplaced. It's part of the protection package. The censorship comes with rejection language. What does that remind you of, folks? I'll let you wait for the fucking answer, because I'm not gonna tell y'all that. I'm aware what the fuck he's talking about. It's between the files and another topic I cannot name.
Cross-eyed from all the headlines. Well, the administration runs out of lifelines. Who's our next caller? While the administration runs out of lifelines, Who's Our Next Caller is a reference to the international TV game show franchise Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Now, one of the features of this show are lifelines. Standard play of the game, a contestant is given a series of lifelines to aid them with questions. In the standard format, a contestant has access to 3 lifelines, which each of them can only be used once per game. One of these lifelines include phone a friend. The contestant is connected with a friend over a phone line and is given 30 seconds to read the question and answers in order to solicit assistance. The time begins as soon as the contestant starts reading the question.
Been able to prove 2 things. One, that they are able to defend themselves, that they are not a regime that's going to be able to just be toppled by some pressure from airstrikes and the like. And
Oh.
they are also able to go on the offensive, so much so that arguably the U.S. and Israel have lost ground in the Middle East. Israel itself is under constant bombardment, causing a lot of people to get the fuck out of there and go back to the countries that they are actually from, which essentially means over the course of like 1 week, Iran has been able to undermine decades.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this might be a crazy ass album to look at. Okay, Martian, I'm strapped the fuck in. I'm locked in. You got me, bro. Holy moly, bro, you got me. Holy crap. I can't wait for you to edit this shit so you can actually put captions on what I missed. You're way more political than I am, so I trust you with my shit. It automatically goes to the fucking thing. I don't want that shit to happen. Alright. Next up, backroom talk. Ah, shit.
Attempts are made to cross the bridge, looking for common ground and shaky relations. Wouldn't want a snack from Idi Amin's fridge if it's war against the court's foundation. What a massacre the weekend brings. Charges will drop to remove a man's strings.
Alright, pause it. I have to fuck. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, he definitely did a big ass annotation on this shit. Owungo Idi Amin Dado with me, not sure if I pronounced that shit right, was a Ugandan military officer and a dictator who served as the 3rd president of Uganda from 1971 until his overthrow in 1979. He gained power after the 1971 Uganda coup d'etat.
It's pronounced coup d'etat. A coup d'etat, or simply a coup, is typically an illegal and overt attempt by a military organization or government elites to unseat an incumbent person or leadership.
Ah, shit. Oh, and there's the picture of him right here. Amin was the subject of rumors, including a widespread belief that he was a cannibal who ate his military rivals? Oh, shit. Okay. He reportedly also boasted that he kept several heads of political enemies in his freezer. Oh, this is a sick Negro. However, when asked, he said that human flesh was generally too salty for his... Okay, this is way too much. Okay. In fact, his favorite food is actually roast goat, cassava, and oh no. And he would eat as many as 40 oranges a day because of their claim to be nature's 40 oranges a day is nature's Viagra? Who the fuck eats 40 oranges a day?
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
You might turn into wouldn't want a snack from EMS fridge. Great. Because the nigga was a cannibal. Here's the thing. I know Kathy Griffin said, hold your head up. That nigga Almond said, keep your shit in the freezer. I wouldn't want to live in that nigga's house. Honestly, don't know, but that's true, but hey, whatever gets him. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I mean, was not a cannibal, but there was a rumor spread around that he was. I wouldn't trust him, though. I wouldn't trust him around me, though. I would never trust him around me. The fuck? I wouldn't.
Ground and shake your relations. Wouldn't want a snack from Idi Amin's fridge if it's war against the court's foundation. What a massacre the weekend brings. Charges will drop to move a man's strings. In the game of roulette.
Oh, I like this part. What a massacre the weekend brings. Charges were dropped to move a man's strings. Ah, shit. 1 hour remains in the game of roulette just to pick the frame around set. Oh my god, fucking hell, bro. These lines are in a reference to the 6 senior Justice Department officials who resigned following the DOJ's order to dismiss all federal charges. Eric Adams during his term of 2022 and in 2025. Oh, this shit from New York? God damn, bro. The Justice Department officials who resigned included Kevin Discroll, the acting head of the criminal division, John Keller, the acting head of the criminal public, and damn, bro, how this nigga is doing his fucking research, bro. A trial attorney in a fucking public intercession and 3 additional prosecutors, Leah, Andrew, and Derek. After refusing to admit any wrongdoing related to the case, Eric Adams was charged with 1 count of conspiracy to defraud the United States, 1 count of wire fraud, 2 counts of soliciting campaign contributions for foreign nationals, and 1 count of soliciting and accepting a bribe. Our country's fucked. Ah! Get out.
What a massacre the weekend brings. Charges will drop to move a man's strings.
Right.
Now remains in the game of roulette. Just to pick the frame around set death. These
Damn.
bills are always performative praxis. Speaking of actions never put into practice. Funny how his intelligence is artificial. While acting as an elected official. The bank to launch a boat around. I travel east just so I could toast around. His feeble attempts to act as an anchor are met starboard by unplanned anger. Backroom talks of territorial splitting. Yet Stalin's image was the state editorial spitting. Backroom talks of territorial splitting is a direct reference to all of the territories within Europe being exchanged between the 3 world powers after World War II. These 3 world powers in question include the United States, Great Britain, and the USSR. The most notable transfer of territory is the Oder-Neisse line, with Germany being split down the middle, making up West Germany and East Germany. West Germany being on the American side, while East Germany was on the USSR side under the curtain of the Iron Bloc. Yet Stalin's image was the state editorial spinning is a direct reference to the Eastern Bloc and its rampant censorship and squashing of dissent. Censorship institutions in the countries of the bloc were organized differently. For example, censorship in Poland was clearly identified, whereas it was loosely structured but no less efficient in Hungary. Strict censorship was introduced in the People's Republic of Albania and Federal People's Republic of Yugoslavia as early as 1944 during World War II. In each country, leading bodies of the ruling Communist Party exercised hierarchical control of the censorship system. Each Communist Party maintained a department of its central committee apparatus to supervise media. Censors employed auxiliary tools such as the power to launch or close down any newspaper, radio, or television station, licensing of journalists through unions, and the power of appointment. Party bureaucrats held all leading editorial positions. 1 or 2 representatives of censorship agencies modeled on the Soviet Glavlit, main administration for the protection of official and military secrets, worked directly in all editorial offices. No story could be printed or broadcast without their explicit approval. Downloading TikTok as it comes compromised. Now your narratives have become mechanized. Welcome back to a world unrecognized.
Downloading TikTok as it comes compromised. Now your narratives have become mechanized. And he had, bro, guess what, chat? He has an annotation of that shit too. This nigga Martian has so much shit in his fucking mind that I'm not fucking aware about. Okay, you know what? Pull this shit up. Pull this shit up, Marsh. These lines are in reference to the accusation of social media platform TikTok by noted Trump ally Larry Ellison, who's one of the founders of multinational technology co- Another dude, what? I don't listen to dumbasses who believe that whatever bullshit happens, we're responsible or we're held accountability as fucking citizens in our own country, which we know damn well that's not fucking true. This is the government's. It's the government's responsibility. They're trying to put the blame on us because we're feeble. Oh shit, yeah, he did his fucking research. Oh, look at this shit. For example, I know this is gonna be like a long ass goddamn thing. I'm gonna have to put timestamps on every single one of them. My bad, viewers in chat. For example, Harari's No Genocide claim he made during an interview in October of 2024. Damn, this is 2 years ago. In relying on a definition that isn't a legal standard of genocide under Article 2 of the Genocide Convention, genocide includes any several acts committed with intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethical, racial, or religious group, including killing members of the group and deliberately inflicting conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. Yeah, that's basically that. No longer worse by hiding information. Yeah, you can fucking say that shit because it's fucking kind of true, but I wouldn't agree with that part. I'm gonna have to like just scroll all this shit, bro. I'm getting a migraine just like reading this whole goddamn shit. But I want to fucking read this one. Moral clarity should be as clear as day. Name the crime with the law we actually have, not the one you wished for. Y'all hear that? What's happening in Gaza and the Palestine is large in genocide. Pre-Palestine. Hell yeah. Alright, back to the verse. There's more annotations. Oh, this thing had to do with research. And we're on the second song. We haven't got to the end yet.
Whistleblowers raise the alarm when chat messages were on the radar. Signals are mixed during wartime, but the editor-in-chief is now online. It's a name that doesn't seem accidental, while pulling a WikiLeaks seems mental. The plans always line up with headlines, down to the attack pattern guidelines. Finger-pointing focus is always shotgun, while the reasoning is adjustable. There's a darkness inside of everyone.
Okay, let's run that shit back. Oh my god, it's another annotation. These lines are in reference to current Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth using the chat application known as Signal to share. Oh my god, they did. And there's a fucking picture right here. Among the chat's members were, oh my god, of course JD Vance is here. My goodness gracious, dude. JD Vance, top of the White House staff, secretaries, and the director of Children's United States. Mike Waltz, Jeff Goldberg. Oh, I thought it was Jeff Goldblum. Editor-in-chief of Tidbits. Yes, no plan. Oh wow, I never even knew that. What the heck? Let me run back.
Down to the attack pattern guidelines. Finger pointing focus is always shotgun, while the reasoning is adjustable. There's a darkness inside of everyone.
Yeah.
Some men are inconsolable. Their faces exposed and no place to hide.
Which is true, because if you think about it, I know there's like a lot of feminism going on, be like, oh, men do this and men do that. Not all of us do shit like this. It's some of the men who do shit like this. We tell them to do one thing, they turn around and do the opposite. Basically, we try to help y'all, but y'all want to get in trouble with yourselves. Hold on, I'm gonna take an ad break real quick. Then we finna get back to it. Y'all telling me y'all got a fucking short ass ad? All right, well, let's get back to it. Jesus fuck. Well, I'll take. I gotta run this verse way back, because I ain't gonna lie, that second verse was actually hidden.
It's a name that doesn't seem accidental, while pulling a WikiLeaks seems mental. The
Yeah.
plans always line up with headlines, down to the attack pattern guidelines.
Yep.
Finger-pointing focus is always shotgun,
Yep.
while the reasoning is adjustable. There's a darkness inside of everyone. Some men are inconsolable, their faces exposed and no place to hide. Being questioned about their knowledge and too scared to swallow their pride.
Yes.
The village idiot gave up his privilege. Cabinet staff start to lie through their teeth when the mouth guard became their treat. Foreshadowing was almost sinister. Now we're kissing the commies like Kissinger.
The foreshadowing was almost sinister. Now we're kissing the commies like Kissinger. Actually, my bad. I was gonna say, am I like aware who Kissinger is? I think I heard about the dude. Yeah, here's the annotation right here. Henry Alfred Kingister. I keep on getting this nigga name wrong, bro. Henry Kissinger was an American diplomat, political scientist, and politician, of course. He also served as the 7th National Security Advisor from 1969 to 1975, and as the 56th Secretary of State from 1973 to 1977, serving under the presidents Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. Ow! Oh, Gerald Ford. I'm stupid. However, Kissinger. Stupid, bro. Kissinger himself was also known worldwide as a world war criminal. Who would have thought? His role in the Vietnam War and his support for anti-communist dictatorship, particularly in Latin America, remained divisive. His policies in the 1970s had an immediate impact on countries, governments, and people across South America, Middle East, and the Southeast Asia. Damn, bro. How many bodies you try to catch? Sometimes the fallout was last decades. I'm stupid. My phone's cracked. I couldn't even read that shit. In some places, and continues to be felt to this day. His role as General Ford's National Security Advisor and Secretary of State led to the I'm not a strong reader, chat. I'm sorry. Led to the massacre of between 3 and 4 million people. Damn. That included crimes of commission, he explained. And it's in Cambodia, Chile. Did I say that right? A commission like greenlighting Indonesia's bloodshed in East Timor, Pakistan's bloodshed in Bangladesh, and the inauguration of American strategy. God damn, bro. And yet, while there doesn't seem to any definitive evidence, I'm fucking sorry, bro. I'm just trying to read this shit. To support the idea that Henry Kissinger was an agent for the Soviet. I'm sorry, what? Support the idea that Henry Kissinger was an agent for the Soviet Union. There was once a pamphlet and even a book written by Francis Alphonse Capel called The Kissinger Caper and Henry Kissinger, Soviet Spy, both published in 1974 respectively. He has all the freaking pictures! And there's a whole PDF. Oh my god. Martian, you doing your thing with this shit. What the hell? Yeah, now we're kissing the comedy like Kissinger. The PDF is of the book, not the pamphlet. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. Holy shit. I like how the EP is possibly states like the second term of President Trump, but he's actually listing on every single dictator from world history, which is actually like factual as fuck. Cause like, bro, we did have dictators when like the wars was going on, all the people was doing on some dumb shit. We had some heavy dictators, regardless what the war was. If we would have had a World War III, we would not survive in 2026, bro. This whole shit would have been bloodshed. Oh, fuck. I'm looking at the third one, and I'm really so scared to fucking look at this shit. I'm scared, bro. I'm scared. God damn it. Why must you do this to me so? I love the ocean of your life, but Jesus Christ, it's gonna be more vile. Oh my goodness, it's a whole annotation of the first verse. Oh my god, I'm very scared. And it's 3 minutes long. I had a lot to say on this track. I know you did. I know you did. I have a smile still on my face. This is gonna be forever political juicy content. Even if I am a VTuber, bro. I'm enjoying the shit that you release. This is the reason why we're doing this reaction, bro. We diving in. We fucking diving in to see what this whole big ass tea is about. So this third one is Edith Marti. I hope I say that right.
Idus Marti.
Please make corrections on what the fuck I'm saying, because I'm a dumb fuck. This is the third track. My god, I keep on forgetting the desktop audio. Stupid me. God damn it. See? Martian, what'd I tell you? I'm a dumb fuck. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, this freaking sample's dark as shit. And this is the exact theme for this fucking EP, bro.
Let's pick apart a paradigm like Pacquiao, while the ship is maritime and well endowed.
Already, let's pick apart the like Pacquiao. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to sit this one out. I forgot what the fuck that shit was. Like I said, chat, I'm a dumb fuck. It's so fucking
Let's
stupid.
pick apart a paradigm like Pacquiao.
A paradigm, okay. A paradigm, among other definitions, is a model for something that may be copied in a similar manner into a pattern. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Pacquiao's referring to a Filipino boxer. Of course, Pacquiao. Everyone knows Pacquiao, who's best known for his storied boxing career, as well as his fighting style, which includes characteristics such as punches and bunches, speed kills, his agile footwork, his inherent toughness, and a wide variety of attacks. Pick apart the paradigm like Pacquiao has a different meaning.
While the ship is maritime and well endowed, observe the captain and trades.
While the ship is maritime and well endowed. Woo! Yeah, you did have a lot of shit to say. Holy fuck. Every annotation is literally the shit that he had to break down, bro. Look at this one. The ship, in context with the rest of the verse, is a slave ship. And in order for it to be maritime, which is a word that relates to navigation or commerce on the sea, ship needs to have sailors who navigate or assist in navigating the ship and ... slaves. Oh my fucking god. The product being exchanged or sold in the content of commerce on the sea. Yeah, definitely literally the freaking history. How this shit was a fucking turmoil. Wait, let me run this back.
Let's pick apart a paradigm like Pacquiao. While the ship is maritime and well endowed, observe the captain and tradesmen. Why do they mask themselves as salesmen?
Okay, yep. Oh, this is gonna be juicy. Look at this one. These lines are in reference to the crew aboard a slave ship during the Atlantic slave trade from the 16th to 18th century. Nigga, this was during slavery. Oh my goodness gracious. Sailors who were to work on these ships will be recruited through whatever means were possible, such as coercion. I think I know that word.
Coercion.
Some were offered the option by a magistrate or judge of going to prison, transportation, or work as crew on said slave ship. Some sailors who ended up as crewing a slave ship may have originally been victims of the press gangs, being forced to serve in the Navy and then deserting their ship to be hired on by slavers. Each slave ship had a crew around 10 to 20 armed crew members that were often the direct oh my goodness gracious, this is literally how the history went with slavery. This is literally how the history went with slavery, bro. Recipients of cruelty by being forced to perform the backbreaking and often violent work of the slave ship, which included building the quote-unquote house and barricado, cooking and dispensing food, scrubbing the decks and the often feces-covered holes where the slaves were kept, and policing the captive Africans. Like I said, this was literally when slavery was still going on. Oh my god, thank God for Abraham Lincoln. Let the slaves go, if I can remember correctly. Oh my god, Martian is doing his fucking research and I'm loving the fuck out of this shit, bro. And if anyone is gonna be fucking complaining about me pausing, suck a dick and enjoy this goddamn shit. However, while working on these slave ships, the sailors themselves were often inadequately paid and subject to brutal discipline. You know what's crazy? That's literally how it went. This was plain torture. They had to live and sleep without shelter on the open deck for the entirety of the Atlantic voyage, as the entire space below deck was occupied by enslaved people. Definitely that's what it was. Oh, here's the thing. Okay, let me break this down for y'all. And let me give y'all a TLDR on the whole slave ships. On the top, they were sailors who were navigating the ship. On the bottom, it's a pack full of slaves. I'm telling you, this happened during slavery. There was a whole bunch of slaves that were chained in the bottom of the ship, locked up. There was like a cage, like a trap cage, like right in the middle of the floor. There were slaves kept in the bottom of that ship. This is what I fucking know, bro. And no, this is not a goddamn scene from the Django. Oh my goodness gracious. By contrast, the slaves being transported on these slave ships, were treated even worse than the crew members, as they began to die from a lack of oxygen oxygen due to being in these cramped conditions, which is true, which is definitely true. It's the reason why we have so much fucking turmoil going on in our ancestors. Oh my god. I know you had a lot to say on this goddamn track, and I'm really hitting every single fucking button in my goddamn body. Oftentimes they were unnerved and brutally treated, causing many to die before arriving at their destination, with either dead or dying slaves being dumped overboard. Oh my god, this is facts. This is literally facts. Slaves were naked and shackled to... This is literally what the fuck I just discussed. They were naked and shackled together with several different types of chains stored on the floor beneath bunks with little to no room to move. I just discussed this. Did I not, Marsh? I just discussed this like a few minutes ago. The slaves were in the bottom. Sailors were on top. This is the shit that I literally just discussed a few minutes ago. And this is the shit that we had to fucking deal with to this day. Not slavery. Not slavery. Thank God slavery's over. These are the racism that we fucking deal with on a daily basis. And it's the reason why a lot of people is just doing some bullshit still, because niggas don't like to pay attention. Wait, where was I? Some captains even assign slave guardians to watch over and keep the other slaves in check. Diseases such as
dysentery,
diarrhea, oh my god, there's like a lot of fucking diseases. Malaria, smallpox, yellow fever, scurvy, measles, typhoid fever, hookworm, tapeworm. God damn. Sleeping sickness, y'all. Okay, fuck me, bro. Y'all, syphilis, leprosy,
leprosy,
and melancholia resulted in the deaths of slave onboard slave shit. Of course, because it was so freaking cramped, they couldn't take it no more. They ended up getting sick. And look at that, there's a whole freaking picture of all these slaves. So with the captain and his sailors masking themselves as salesmen, the captain is masking the cruelty that's in that. Oh my god. All right, I don't have to read this shit no more, because I already know. I already know, bro. This is some bullshit, man.
Let's pick apart a paradigm like Pacquiao. While the ship is maritime and well endowed, observe the captain and tradesmen. Why do they mask themselves as salesmen? Being raised to become bourgeoisie babies, mingling alongside the marquee crazies, gorge themselves with the spoils of war, paranoid.
Let me fucking pause this shit right here, because this one really got my attention. Being raised to become bourgeoisie babies,
bourgeoisie,
mingling alongside the marquis crazies. Oh, look at this. It refers to the social class consisting of business owners, merchants, and wealthy elites in general, which emerged during the late Middle Ages that was originally meant to be a middle class, quote unquote, between the oh my goodness gracious. The peasantry, oh fucking hell, bro.
aristocracy.
Oh, I know this shit was tough. Oh my god. I know I'm not pronouncing these shits right. My fucking brain is just cracked. They are traditionally with the proletariat. I hope I'm like pronouncing this shit right.
Proletariat.
They're traditionally with the proletariat, which are the social class of wage earners in a society whose possession of significant economic value is their capacity to work by their wealth, political power, and education, as well as their access to and control of cultural, social, and financial capital. Oh shit, this is what they look like. Holy fuck. The Marquess, parentheses English, Marquess, French, Marquis. Wow. Refers to a nobleman of high hereditary rank in various European peerages, which is a legal system historically comprising of various hereditary titles in numbers of countries and those of assorted noble ranks and those in some of their former colonies. The word marquis, I'm gonna say marquis for now so I can save time. The word marquis first entered the English language from the Old French marchese, ruler of a border area in the late 13th or early 14th century. Oh shit, look at that. King, queen, prince, princess, duke, duchess, marquis, marquise, earl, countess, viscount, viscountess, baron, baroness. Oh, so the baron is the bottom, the king is the top. Gotcha. These two lines are also referencing to, in summary, the inherent relationship between the elite economic class and the ruling class of said country. Holy shit. So the baron is the fucking bottom. Holy fuck, I didn't know that. Thank you, Martian.
Being raised to become bourgeoisie babies, mingling alongside the marquee crazies, gorge themselves with the spoils of war, paranoid of the world outside the doors.
Oh my god, look at this one. Oh, this one's juicy. The spoils of war refers to the profits, resources, or assets claimed by those who are vicious in battle. The term was used nearly exclusively in terms of captured ships during the 8th to the 19th centuries. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't fucking read all this shit because I'm gonna get so much of a fucking migraine. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Oh my fucking god.
They sell off the peasant's land, but force them to harvest what's left, whether it's grain or seed in each hand. The life leaves arise after such a theft.
They sell off the peasant's land, but force them to harvest what's left. Whether it's grain or seed in each hand, the life leaves her eyes after such a theft. I can't even fucking read for shit. I'm sorry. But I know what he's talking about. These lines are in reference to serfdom in Russia of their Cossack lands, the Urals, Siberia, until the reign of Catherine the Great, when it spread to Ukraine. Damn! Sorry, I'm just like reading on this shit real quick. Oh no! Oh, that's fucked! Yeah, that's definitely fucked.
Imagine speaking ill of the meek while teething with the silver tongue. Horse carriage travels to learn Greek, but the forms are unfamiliar slivers of...
Oh, second. Imagine speaking ill of the meek while teething with a silver tongue. These two bars are a combination of two different sayings. The meek shall inherit the earth and being born with a silver spoon in their mouth. The first part comes from Matthew 5:5 in the Bible. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. The second part comes from expression, silver spoon. I know what that means. I definitely know what that means. It's synonymous with wealth. More specifically, inherited wealth. Someone born into a wealthy family has an adjective. Oh my god, bro. It describes someone who has a prosperous background or is of a well-to-do family environment. More so with the connotation that the person in question does not fully realize or appreciate the privilege that comes from having said wealth. Silver spoon. And well, in my opinion, that's like a fucking white term. You were born in a rich white family, you're a fucking silver spoon. In my opinion. I'm not sure if I'm getting the history right, but I'm just telling y'all what I learned from my knowledge. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Arise after such a theft. Imagine speaking ill of the meek while teething with the silver tongue. Horse carriage travels to learn Greek, but the forms are unfamiliar slivers of junk. Sells another drink. Let the chalice...
Wait, hold up a second. That nigga's spitting. Horse carriage travels to learn Greek, but the forms are unfamiliar slivers of junk. I kind of associate a silver spoon as someone who's of higher economic class. That's actually accurate. That's accurate. A carriage is a 2 or 4 wheeled horse-drawn vehicle for passengers. Yes. I love those shits. The perceived image of a horse-drawn carriage sent to the madness. Sorry, I'm just like dragging. Oh, this is from the 18th and 19th centuries. Ah, shit. Of course. Fucking hell, man. This shit gonna make me feel some type of way, bro. As soon as I turn off this stream, I'm gonna feel some type of way when I listen to this shit again. I swear to God, if I stop this stream, I'm gonna go back and listen to this shit again. I swear to God I am. Like, I'm gonna have to relearn all my history. That way I can possibly learn what the fuck I'm supposed to do. The forms are referring to terms that mainly relate to vision, sight, and appearance, including idea, a word that precedes... Oh, tested. I'm stupid, bro. Oh my God, my fucking head is killing me.
Next sip shouldn't matter if you're tasting copper, but the death from a blade is only made sharper.
Ooh. I'm reading the annotation. Hold on.
Pour yourselves another drink. Let the chalice determine your next sip. These lines are in reference to what the royalty drank during multiple periods of time throughout human history. More specifically, wine. Wine was commonly drunk and also regarded as the most prestigious and healthy choice of drink. Unlike water or beer, which were considered cold and moist, consumption of wine in moderation, especially red wine, was, among other things, believed to have aided in digestion, generate good blood, and brighten the mood. The quality of wine differed considerably according to the vintage, the type of grape, and more importantly, the number of grape pressings. First pressing was made into the finest and the most expensive wines, which were reserved for the upper classes who drank them from chalices, while the poor drank further pressings from wooden goblets, cups, and even with their own hands. A chalice is a drinking cup raised on a stem with a foot or base. Although it is a technical archaeological term, in modern parlance, the word is now used almost exclusively for the cups used in Christian liturgy as part of a service with the Eucharist, such as a Catholic Mass. The same general cup shape is also called a goblet, normally used in more secular contexts. However, the second line could also be a reference to a poisoned chalice. The term poisoned chalice is applied to a thing or situation which appears to be good when it is received or experienced by someone, but then becomes or is found out to be bad.
Mr. Namatalitanis, second line Marshall Hayes, Horizon did not let you crew leader, businessman, Carl. God fucking damn it. Martian, you madman. You madman. Oh, this is so good. This is gonna be a big ass timestamp for this third song, bro. Whoever is not liking this shit, suck a dick. I think you're gonna have to put a big ass disclaimer. It's gonna be like, this is gonna be like a long ass reaction video. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be reading some goddamn annotations. I know. Listen, I wanna fucking listen to this goddamn album because my fucking friend made this goddamn shit. I'm reacting to this shit to show love. This is the love I'm fucking talking about, because this is the shit that's going on in our fucking country. And no one's listening to our thoughts on it, but then you want to suck the nigga's dick more and more and more. In the words of 6 Seconds, stop hugging that nigga penis. Jesus Christ.
It'll be over soon from the jump, when leaders drop dead by 1,000 cuts. Their threats won't destroy democracy. One day we'll be ordained our idus marti.
One day we'll be Ortiz Marti.
Ordained.
Ooh, there's an annotation here, so I'm finna read that shit. Idus Marti,
Idus Marti.
which translated from Latin means the Edicts of March.
The Ides of March.
Oh shit. First of the day on the Roman calendar, when in 44 BC, Julius Caesar was assassinated, being stabbed to death at a meeting in the Senate by as many as 60 conspirators, led by Brutus and Cassius. Oh my goodness gracious, there's the picture right there. Oh my god, look at this. On his way to the theater of Pompeii, where he would be assassinated, Caesar passed the Syria and joked, "Well, the Edicts of March are come," implying that the prophecy had not been fulfilled, to which the seer replied, "Aye, they are come, but they are not gone." Oh my god. We're not even in the end yet. We're like halfway there. And oh my god, it's a shit ton of annotations. We're gonna fucking see what the fuck this shit is. But until then, AFK. Nigga, we're in the second verse. You're gonna see what the fuck this shit goes.
It'll be over soon from the jump, when leaders drop dead by
1,000 cuts.
The term death by 1,000 cuts refers to an ancient form of Chinese torture and execution known as lingqi, where a person was subjected to numerous small cuts over a period of time, ultimately leading to their death. Over time, the practice became a powerful metaphor for situations where multiple minor issues or injuries accumulate gradually, causing destruction or suffering. When used in everyday language, it describes scenarios where individual problems or setbacks seem manageable on their own, but when combined, become overwhelming or fatal. Their threats won't destroy democracy. One day we'll be ordained our idus marti.
Idus Marti. And this is what the fuck you're seeing right now. This is the Edis Marti. This is the Edis Marti. Look at that fucking arm right there. It says death by 1,000 cuts. This is the, oh my goodness gracious.
Try to hide your intentions for the civilized, but those equal rights weren't for everyone.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna let the fucking lyrics play and then we'll do the annotations. Ah! I didn't want to do that.
The language used become digitized, so don't act surprised by the outcome. No amount of holy water will cleanse the earth. When pastors drink blood and spit in the dirt, no amount of money will pay back our debts. Turning away everything that power begets. Burn pages from the journal of Robert Knox, the first slayers were seen as conquered stocks. Take Columbus's head from a single coat and celebrate their deaths in equal modes. My heart feels heavy, but my brain doesn't perceive envy. We're much better off without prude mansions, but worse off through the drought of food rations.
I had to drop my phone for a sec. Can we run that back again?
Hide your intentions for the civilized, but those equal rights weren't for everyone.
Try to hide your intentions for the civilized, but those equal rights weren't for everyone. We're doing this Knox Hill style. You're damn right we are. Martian, you freaking madman, gonna make me do shit like this, man. Don't do this to me, bro. Don't do this to me. Oh my goodness gracious. And I quote from this gen genius. These lines are in reference to the kind of language colonizers use when attempting to force the existing inhabitants of any given land to assimilate into their perceived ways of life. Equal rights were for everyone, as of treating the inhabitants in their way of life of being savage and backwards in comparison to the colonizers' perceived ways of life as being civilized, quote unquote, rather than as their own group of people with their own respective culture. Oh my god, look at this freaking picture, dude. Are those the Indians on the left? No, I think it was like one of the villagers, possibly. No, I think those are. They are. No. I'm wrong. I think they're Native Americans.
Ding, 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 ding. Good answer.
I've learned this in my freaking social studies. On the left, those are colonizers, the Native Americans. All right, so I was right about the Native Americans. Okay, thank you, Marsh. The colonizers, definitely on the left. Holy fuck. These lines are also in reference to British mining magnates, politician in South Africa, Prime Minister of the Cape Colony from 1890 to 1896? Colonizer and racist piece of shit, Cecil Rhodes.
Cecil.
Oh, this nigga does look like a piece of shit. Look at that face. More specifically, when he wanted to develop a commonwealth in which of all the British dominated countries in the empire would be represented in the British Parliament, Rhodes explicitly stipulated in his will that all races should be eligible for their scholarships. However, while quote unquote many non-white students have benefited from scholarships, it is doubtful that such was Rhodes' intentions. He once defined his policy as quote equal rights for every white man south of the Zambezi.
Zambezi.
This is sick, bro. And later, under liberal pressure, amended. Oh my fucking god, I can't fucking read. Nigga, you know how fucking tired and pissed off I am reading this fucking shit, bro. These are like the same niggas who be doing this bullshit, bro. This is on our fucking history. And this is sick. It's fucking sick, dude. God damn it. Amended the word white to civilized. Chances are I can't do this, man. Chances are he regarded the possibility of Native Africans becoming civilized as so remote that the two expressions in his mind came to the same conclusion. This nigga's a sick freak. Oh my god. Rest in piss. Rest in piss, Cecile. Fuck you. If I had a time travel, I'd beat the shit out of the nigga, bro.
Try to hide your intentions for the civilized, but those equal rights weren't for everyone.
Yep.
The language used become digitized, so don't act surprised by the outcome. No amount of holy water will cleanse the earth.
That bar alone is just right there. No amount of holy water will cleanse the earth. Oh, but I gotta read this one. The language used has become digitized, so don't act surprised by the outcome. These lines are in reference to not just the language used by colonizers to make the existing inhabitants of any given land out to be the savage and backwards compared to their own perception of being civilized, but also the language used by white supremacists in order to classify minority groups as inferior to them in a rather feeble attempt to be perceived as a demonic majority. Dude. Oh my god, and he named Ben Shapiro, Nick Fuentes, and Alex Jones is in this list too. You know what's crazy, dude? Tom McDonald had a song with Ben Shapiro. That shit was garbage. Ben Shapiro is stupid. And Nick Fuentes as well. I can't stand that nigga, bro. I can't. That nigga Nick Fuentes makes my blood boil. Marshall, you have no idea how much hate I have for Nick Fuentes. This nigga is a sick bozo. A big racist bozo. The crazy thing about it is this nigga is friends with Aiden Ross. Can I say that to the audience? This nigga is friends with Aiden Ross, the same nigga who called Doechii a bitch, a dirty bitch. But then this nigga wanted to say the N-word in a stage with Chief Keef. Oh my god.
When pastors drink blood and spit in the dirt.
That's right there. When pastors drink blood, I forgot to add that shit in. No amount of holy water would cleanse this earth. When pastors drink blood and spill the dirt. This is gonna be a long ass video. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy myself with this shit, right? Oh my god. The first line about holy water is referring to the water that has been blessed by a member of the clergy or religious figure, which is true, or derived from a well or spring considered holy. The fact that Nick Fuentes tried to realign himself with the left by saying that what Trump has been doing during his presidency and is inhuman, and yet he's still more racist than the president himself. Trying to change your position doesn't. Bro, facts, bro. You changing the freaking goalpost. My goodness gracious, dude. This is the reason why I don't deal with sick assholes, bro. I'm glad I'm not famous. Because if I was, I would have some crazy ass shit to say with all these niggas, bro. Especially Aiden and fucking Neon as well. I can't stand Neon. Nigga's the biggest racist ever, bro. And I know he doesn't want to stoop to that territory again because he was caught doing that shit. Okay, where was I? Oh, here it is. The use for cleansing prior to the baptism and spiritual cleansing is a common and severe religious, but is used as a sacramental for protection against evil is more common among Catholics, Eastern Christians, and some Protestants.
Protestants.
Oh man, it's the baby getting baptized. This is sad. I'm reading the second paragraph. Holy fucking god. Look at this one. Oh, and look at this one. Hold up a second. Oh, Marsha, you finna piss me off. Kenneth Copeland. I have not heard that name in so long. God damn it. You finna piss. You really finna piss me off, man. I know who he is. This is one of the most sickest niggas in all of American history. Oh my god, don't even remind me of that, man. Oh my god, bro.
No amount of money will pay back our debts, turning away everything that power begets.
Look at this one. Ooh, and I know this is the big one, bro. The first line is in reference to the still climbing U.S. national debt, currently at over $39.4 trillion, and how the amount of money each U.S. citizen has, as well as the amount of money currently circulating within its economy, excluding billionaires and corporations, wouldn't be enough money to pay off the national debt in full. It is the most biggest debt known to our country. It's so fucking crazy, bro. The second line is more so in reference to the phrase power begets power, first coined by James McHenry, one of the founding fathers and signatories of the U.S. Constitution in 1789. Shout out to him, I guess. It is the most biggest debt known to our country. It's so fucking crazy, bro. The second line is more so in reference to the phrase power begets power, first coined by James McHenry, one of the founding fathers and signatories of the U.S. Constitution in 1789. Shout out to him, I guess. McHenry wrote about who could be trusted to represent the people. Okay. This is what he had to say about its powers and entails. The possession of power begets power. Do not give power to a weak man, for he cannot use it on advantage. Ooh, he's spitting. Nor to a bad man, for he will turn to it own profit. What does that remind y'all of? I just want to give y'all a fucking quick favor. Who the fuck does that remind y'all of? Giving power to a weak man who doesn't know how to control that said power. There are a lot of so-called leaders who use that said power and abuse it and use that shit to their own purposes. No shit, I don't stand for that shit at all, bro. I'm not gonna give my whole entire catalog to a person who doesn't know how to work a whole catalog. It's stupid. Like, can I trust you with this shit? Like, this is the same shit with Martian. I'm giving all my unedited videos to him because I trust him. Martian's like the only person who's been knowledgeable and understandable and reasonable for like a lot of months. You can ask him. You can freaking ask him. Oh my goodness gracious. No amount of money will pay back our debts, turning away everything that power begets.
Burn pages from the journal of Robert Knox. The first slaves were seen as conquered stocks.
Ooh, hold up a second. This line is referencing the English sea captain in the service of British East
India Company.
Knox. Yeah, unfortunately, while it doesn't seem like there's a journal Robert Knox kept documenting his work with the East India Company, there's a book published in 1818 entitled Account of the Captivity of Captain Robert Knox. Ow, dude. Uh-oh, my genius is just snapped. My bad. I might have to read this shit later on. But, like, you can, like, put, like, a summary of, what the fuck this whole shit has happened. My fucking genius couldn't even take more of my breakdowns. Oh my god. My freaking genius on my phone said, no, I don't want to do this no more. It literally just reset it on its own.
Take Columbus's head from a single coat and celebrate their deaths in equal modes. My heart feels heavy, but my brain doesn't perceive envy. We're much better off without prude mansions, but worse off through the drought of food rations.
I love this one. My heart feels heavy, but my brain doesn't perceive envy. Robert Knox was basically the first sailor working for the British East Indian worker who transported slaves. You're fucking serious, right? Okay. Gonna have to do my more research on these people. Look at this one. First line is about how my heart has never felt heavier while learning more about the state of our country. Prevalence of white supremacy in the form of ICE and the Patriot Front. The corruption from within our government is Trump current oh my god. Oh, definitely. I'm not kidding. I know you ain't kidding. Oh my goodness gracious, these people, bro. You know what? That's why I'm actually glad that we're not living in this kind of society. We're all loving one another and we're all human. We're not just fighting because, oh, this race is more superior than this race and this race is more superior than this race. We're not doing that shit no more. We're all loving one another. We're always taking care of one another. That's all that matters. I'm just glad we're in this century that we love each other. Not that old century. That old century is fucked. Holy fuck, bro. Oh yeah, you're right about this annotation right now. Trump is literally surrounded by a lot of yes men. Trump is that one person who has the weakest power in all the country. The citizens, the quote-unquote citizens of the United States, they trust him. Take a look at the Columbia's head annotation when you can, in a single quote. Oh shit. This line is in reference to the various protests back in June of 2020, where protesters in Massachusetts, Minnesota, and Virginia targeted statues of Christopher Columbus by damaging or pulling down these statues in a matter of days. I remember that, bro. This was like years ago. This is during COVID, actually. Oh my god. On June 10th at 12:30 a.m. in Boston, Massachusetts, more specifically the marble statue located in Columbus Park on the north end waterfront was found to have lost its head. The head was recovered by police nearby. Boston Mayor Marty Walsh said that what's left on the statue is slated to be removed from the park. Whoever cut off the head of Christopher Columbus's statue, oh my god, they had to catch a whole body. While being accredited for the first discovering of land of what is now known as North America, Christopher Columbus is also known as a kidnapper and a genocidal maniac who labeled the indigenous people as Indians or six of the natives. Oh my god. You want to know a funny story? As a kid, I always thought that Christopher Columbus was like a really good sailor. I always wanted to travel along the seas and like to get some wealth and all that shit. Now I know. Thank you, Martian. Now I know more about Christopher Columbus. I should have known better. Oh my god. I want to be like Christopher Columbus. No, the fuck you don't, Terry. You don't want to be like Christopher Columbus because you're going to end up like Christopher Columbus. No head. Fucking Christ on a stick. This is sick. This is so fucking sick. I know you had a lot of shit to say, and I really agree with you from every annotation that you state. fuck? I never knew all this shit from my history class, man. This is insane, bro. This is insane.
It'll be over soon from the jump. When leaders drop dead by 1,000 cuts, their threats won't destroy democracy. One day we'll be ordained our idus marti. It'll be over soon from the jump. When leaders drop dead by 1,000 cuts, their threats won't destroy democracy. One day we'll be ordained our idus marti.
One of the most longest timestamps I have ever encountered. Oh man, there's a lot in history that I never knew. And Martian is just said it. Nah, I got you, fam. Just drop that shit right in front of my face.
Phrasing?
I should have known better. I should have known better. This is insane. Oh, check this one now. Next one is called The Future is Today. Oh, okay. All right, Marsh. Look at this one. Oh, so ominous. Super ominous.
Warned you is over. Now it's just, we tried to tell you, you didn't listen, so go fuck yourself.
Left abandoned by Western allies, the state of our nation was prophesized. We're out of sight, well out of our minds. Too scared of their light to shut our blinds. Peeking out of the door before we're spotted. CCTV cameras planted outside of restaurants. Faces identified as clean or wanted. Masking up to observe the police.
Whoa! CCTV cameras planted outside of restaurants. Faces identified as clean or wanted. Faces identified as clean or wanted. This is a fucking different meaning. There's a lot of annotations that are like flowing through my head. Oh my god, that last song has got me like looking at a lot of annotations, bro. And I'm gonna go back and look at them all. And I'm gonna fucking shout at Martian's face, just like how Robin did with Starfire. You should be like, why the fuck you never told me this shit? Why you never told me this shit? Oh my god, this is the shit that I'm never well aware of. And you know what's crazy? Faces identified as clean or wanted. This is literally definitely the shit that we literally deal with. This is the quote unquote American way. The American way is stupid.
Masking up to observe the police response. Corporations really want to know everything.
Right.
Making your browser history a plaything. Medical records and DNA samples for sale.
Look at this one. Corporations really want to know everything while making your browser history a plaything. Shit, bro. Oh, I love this one. Masking up to observe the police response. There's a lot of meanings on that word. But we'll get to that.
Observe the police response. Corporations really want to know everything. While making your browser history a plaything. Medical records and DNA samples for sale. Just to create a clone without going to jail. Your very existence is deemed expendable. Hope your work history makes you dependable. New flesh is grown to gain sentience. While human lives wail in pain and pestilence. There's potential in the skills you bring. You can shake my hand and gain my trust. But what about the pills your mood swings? You know looking down the scope is a must.
Look at this one. Let me read this shit one more time. Our very existence is deemed expendable. Hope your work history makes you dependable. New flesh has grown to gain sentience. While human lives wail in pain and
pestilence.
oh my God, man. Oh my goodness gracious. There's potential in these skills you bring. You could shake my hand and gain my trust. What about the pills, your mood swings? You know, looking down the scope is a must. Oh, so we're going to that territory now. Alright, Martian, you won. What about the pills, your mood swings? You know, looking down the scope is a must. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna discuss that part of the goddamn line, but I possibly know what he's referring to. I'm not gonna say it, but I know.
Everything that happened yesterday will be made worse either way. Stop reading the news of decay. You know the future is today. Everything that happened yesterday will be made worse either way. Stop reading the news of decay. You know the future is today. Interview with the toy maker. Questions being tailored to his own ego as the worst kind of joy breaker. When soldiers are raiding a Home Depot, there's no need to spy behind the curtain. National surveillance is very certain. Eyes are peeking in beyond the camera. At least social media gave you amnesia. One day had people chanting in unison. The next day we rolled out destruction. You even forgot about.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Martian. One day had people chanting in unison. The next day we rolled out destruction. He said second term, but that line is very similar to the January 6th when people stormed in at a White House and they were trying to find a lot of people in there. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking go AFK for a sec. No, January 6th. Okay, so yeah, I must be bugging. That was more so regarding the destruction of our government being rolled over and destruction of genocide on the Palestine. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. I was way off. I was way off. Forgive me, Marsh. Oh my god. And I'm just like, wait, that should remind me of January 6th. But no. That genocide of Palestine, that's definitely understandable. My god, bro. Niggas is carrying the worst. Yeah, that's the reason why I fucking hate my country. I mean, I don't hate it. I love it, but I just don't like the people who's running it. It makes my blood rush. Okay.
Interview with the toy maker. Questions being tailored to his own ego as the worst kind of joy breaker. When soldiers are raiding a Home Depot, there's no need to spy behind the curtain. National surveillance is very certain. Eyes are peeking in beyond the camera. At least social media gave you amnesia. One day had people chanting in unison. The next day we rolled out destruction. You even forgot about the dead children. The trauma ward is more of a death prison. If you grew up on bad dreams, it wasn't as bad as it seems. But nowadays these dreams are non-existent. Whether it's good or bad, our demands are still persistent.
Yep. Holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah. It's really sad that, like, when the second term happened, everything just went to complete shit and everything went to a complete turmoil. A lot of bullshit was happening from 2026. Some bullshit that was happening. Oh yeah, and also, Marshall, I took your advice and I turned my shit into like 60 minutes. I was finna turn them off, but I was like, nah, I don't want to do that shit. Alright, number 5. The ugly truth. God damn it. We're like in track 5, and we're already experiencing a lot of turmoil and drama. I want to keep going. Alright, let's do this. Holy fuck.
risk was there, but people only wanted a fair share. It's a moment of monetary larceny, a talking point hiding the sodomy. No one wants to feel important, but we tried to protect our privacy. Now your views come from the government, while the flag is lowered quietly. The citizens disappear in broad daylight. Playbook was on display outright. Takes a costume to prosecute, but we lied to ourselves if it was absolute. Playing dirty by stalling the vote when his gavel was on the bench. Delaying the inevitable before you choke. You should have listened to the French. Second chance or not, women are raped by the cops, children are put into cages, and you don't feel any sense of rage.
Oh my god! The amount of anger that I have to knowing that this is literally the shit that's happening in the beginning of this year, it's really pissing me off. The more I think about it, it's really insanely crazy. Maybe I want to like bring an example. I know this is unrelated, but I want to bring an example. There was a child who was being taken by a federal agent. He was taken. Just taken. That's it. But they wasn't put in a cage. Just taken out of nowhere. It was someone else's child. The more I think about this shit, the more my blood boils. Like, my blood is boiling right now looking at this goddamn lyrics. This is the shit that we have to deal with.
Delaying the inevitable before you choke. You should have listened to the French. Second chance or not, women are raped by the cops, children are put into cages, and you don't feel any sense of rage.
Facts.
You're done with immigrants, the fascists will come for you next. While you're claiming innocence, you just never read any of the text.
Facts. Even when you're claiming innocence, you just never read any of the text. You want to call yourself the good person, bro? You niggas don't read for shit. This is the reason why our country's fucked, bro. Y'all motherfuckers would love to take the easy way out. Oh my god. This track is gonna put me into much stress.
I'm done giving you my life. I know you'll point and shoot. But I'm done wasting my time. That's the ugly truth. I'm done giving you my life. I know you'll point and shoot. But I'm done wasting my time. That's the ugly truth.
He said, I'm done giving you my life. I know you'll point and shoot. I know this is unrelated, but I saw this one post where this one lady was trying to like sign in and join the ICE, and then she was trying to quote unquote investigate, but the point still stands on why you're trying to join the fucking ICE agents. So you want to do the same shit with them? I've had to internalize a lot of shit, and trust me, I wanted to express so much of what I was angry about for so long. I'm so glad I put all this anger into this EP. Yeah. A wise man once said, put your anger in a notebook. In a notebook. You don't have to spew out everything out of your own mouth. Write it down and tell the world how you feel about it. Tell the whole world how you feel about it. You don't have to be famous for that shit, bro. All that anger comes from a notebook and a pencil. That's how you make history for yourself. Jesus fuck.
What does resistance mean to you? When news stories dictate your views, believing every detail that they entail. Lying by omission, they presented stale. Propaganda popping up is even worse. Better to live as a slave when it's the reverse. Die free than be forced to serve. When will any of you learn? Reparations are a debt left unpaid. Not a handout veiled as an upgrade. But no amount of land will be enough as the blood we left spilled is overabundant. The best you'll ever get is EBT, and even nowadays it feels inept. There's some sick and twisted minds alike who remain to have a blind side. This very land has been paved over by strange fruit. Our apathy ignores the aged roots. More pigs must walk free before the wolves start to get hungry.
How many more pigs must walk free before the wolves start to get hungry? Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't want to fucking rush into conclusions. That's like, in my brain, it's like a quick analogy. We call police pigs. And what the fuck do we call the wolves? Shit. I'm gonna look at this fucking second verse. What does resistance mean to you? When news stories dictate your views. Jesus fucking hell, bro. Leaving every detail that they entail. Lying by omission, they've presented stale. Propaganda popping up is even worse. Better to live as a slave when it's the reverse. I'd rather die free than be forced to serve. That's a tough line. I'd rather die free than be forced to serve. Oh my god, Brody. Oh my fucking god, bro. This is insane.
I'm done giving you my life. I know you're
Point
point
and shoot.
but I'm done wasting my time.
That's the ugly truth. Yep.
I'm
Not giving you my life.
I know you're
Point and shoot.
but
I'm done giving you
my time.
Yep.
That's the
Ugly truth. Crazy thing about this track, it really drives me so much anger that we have to fucking go through. Every single turmoil that we had to face every fucking month. Hold up a second. I'm sorry for the unrelated topics, but I just want to like say this shit to get out of my chest. You know this nigga Trump, this nigga literally was just bragging about how this nigga won the war with Iran, but evidently the nigga lost and it was signing a contract claiming that he lost. This is the reason why I don't fuck with Trump, because this nigga is dumbfounded and he doesn't like to hear that he's wrong. I could possibly get another example. You remember when this nigga was going with Joe Biden, and then when he lost the vote, they asked him to recount the vote, and then there was a leaked phone call of him crashing the fuck out because he said it wasn't fair that he was losing and Joe Biden won that election. I know some of you possibly thinking, Terry, what do you think about Joe Biden? I don't know, he's kind of chill. To me, he's like kind of chill. He's worked with Obama. He's trustworthy, but I don't think I've heard anything bad from him. Trump lost the war with Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. Oh shit. He just doesn't want to accept the fact that he lost and he's physically and mentally deteriorating. This is the reason why we don't fuck with this nigga, bro. Marsh, I'm so glad you made this fucking EP. I feel like you made this shit just for me so I can learn more. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure you made this EP to make me learn more. I think... You did your thing on this shit. You definitely did your thing. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Well, it's sad to say this is the last one. The doorway to forever. This fucking stream has been 4 minutes long. No, 4 hours long. I'm stupid. God damn it, bro. Ooh. Yo, hold up a second. The only shitty thing Joe Biden. Hold on. Wait.
I woke up seeing colors and shapes untethered after a one-night stand.
God damn it. Fuck. Come on, Windows. Work with me. The only shitty thing Joe Biden did was essentially bulldoze past Anita Hill's testimony and warning to not elect Clarence Thompson Supreme Court Justice. Oh, damn. That really is bullshit. Damn, bro. Ugh. Not gonna lie. I actually did forget about that shit. I didn't forget, but I forgot about that shit. I still can't believe that nigga did that shit. Nigga bulldozed past Anita Hill's testimony. Is Clarence Thompson... not Thompson. I'm sorry. I'm fucking stupid. Is Clarence Thomas a G? Is Clarence Thomas a G? If he is, then God bless him. If he's not, then fuck him. Oh shit, dude.
I'm seeing colors and shapes untethered. After a one-night stand with a federal agent. What I'm seeing now is the doorway to forever. She left the room like I was a temporal patient. My suspicions point to the drinking glass, then the dinner plate made of brass, left barren of shortbread crackers. Scientists observe the bed with...
Oh shit. Clarence Thomas, the one guy that sexually harassed Anita Hill back in the 80s. I believe he voted on ruling against the black community. Oh, okay, so F him. F him. Jesus Christ, thank you for reminding me, Martian. Jesus, fuck. Yeah, fuck him. I thought that nigga was a G. Nope. Fuck Clarence Thomas. Fuck that nigga, bro. Niggas in the government are dickheads.
My suspicions point to the drinking glass, then the dinner plate made of brass, left barren of shortbread crackers. Scientists observe the bed with daggers. My heart was racing as I laid back down, trying to process the game being played now. I never asked her for a single dose. My mind was clear, but my soul is comatose. Tear ducts flooded as I feared for the worst. Duct tape silence while I lost my need for thirst. My heart deflated when I peered into the glass. Observations dictated me as the best of its class.
Damn.
The results seemed to be clear-cut when they wanted something different. The drugs were thrown out to the mutts, and yet the soldiers remained ignorant.
Damn. Oh shit, beat switch? Okay. Alright.
The war on drugs was a domestic failure as the DEA burned through our pathetic paper. When the real danger was generic neighbors, posing as the heroes and epidemic chasers. But the only real award rewarded was death. Since the Bible thumpers demonized our kush, authorities kept wasting their own breath. Working as another bird under our bush. The world continues to learn the wrong lessons, down to the excuses we used to downplay. Journalists trying to ask the strong questions like what happens when you go full Duterte.
Oh my God.
Doors get banged down without a warrant. When family life has been quiet and dormant, bulldozing the property if a spot was missed. It's either incompetence or they consulted a list. A long list.
I wonder what that list was. When you go full Duterte.
Duterte.
No, I didn't want to fucking search up warrant. Oh, second. No, I didn't want to search up FIFA World Cup. Hey, congratulations, Spain, but fuck. I need to get back on my genius. I ain't gonna lie, that was a good EP. That was a good EP. I'm gonna look at this one word. Duterte.
Duterte.
Oh shit. Rodrigo Duterte. During his presidency, his domestic policy focused on combating the illegal drug trade by maintaining close to the war on drugs, fighting crime and corruption, intensified efforts against terrorism. Oh shit. Duterte was actually doing something. Oh my goodness gracious. Doors get banged down without a warrant when family life has been quiet and dormant. Those two lines definitely I can't even fucking speak because it's just like, the more I think about it, the more angry I get. When niggas burst in your fucking door, all you just minding your own business, you taking care of your family, you know, you having fun with the kids, having fun with the wife and the husband, you know, with the fucking brothers and sisters. All of a sudden your door gets pushed down by all these federal agents. You haven't even done anything wrong. Them niggas just want you out. Duterte was definitely trying to fight against drug dealers, but then innocent people got caught in the crossfire in the process. Fuck! Damn it! Oh, that sucks, dude! That fucking sucks, man! Oh god, Martian, you did your fucking thing on this goddamn EP. I don't even know what to fucking tell you, bro. You did your fucking thing on this fucking EP. I want to smile right now, but that, like, my blood is boiling. I'm on my boiling point right now. Like, my body wants to explode. The more I think about the fucking second term and shit. I want to punch somebody in the face for that shit. I know Attention Seekers Anonymous is number 1. I might have to put Death by 1,000 Cuts number 2. And Ocean Your Life on number 3. Did I mention I listened to Lunch Break? I listened to Lunch Break. I put that on number 4. I'm sorry, man. It's just my fucking tier list of your fucking projects, man. Oh my god, man. The more I think about the tragedy of the shit happens in 2026, the more my blood rises more and more. That's a big surprise. Yeah, dude. Brody, Attention Seekers Anonymous was literally like the epitome of just human shit by itself, but it's like really more than that. I'm really trying to figure out the words, but my brain is scrambled because since I just finished listening to this EP, I'm more pissed off than ever. I'm more pissed off than ever. I'm not mad at you, but I'm mad at the fucking people in the goddamn government who's doing all this dumb shit and is making us pay for it. We think, oh, we living illegally. Oh, we doing all this bullshit. Oh, blame the black people, blame the Mexicans. Blame all of this. The majority of white people know they don't like racist whites. I know this because I have white friends. They don't act racist. They have other friends who are their different race, not just the blacks. It's also the Hispanics and the Asians. Listen, this freaking EP is just gold. Trust me when I say this, my next release is going to be your new number 1. That's what I'm hoping for. Shit. I hope it is. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have to fucking punch a hole in the wall when I get done with this fucking shit. Oh man, I'm pissed off more than ever, bro. You know that one episode when PC Prince was beating the shit out of Cartman? That's what I want to do with all these niggas who voted for Trump. Yo! Oh my god. Oh man, bro. I'm gonna have to file some goddamn timestamps for this shit. Yeah, that's the end of this fucking EP. Next 3 o'clock. We been at this shit for like 2 hours.
I've been watching the shadows. Some of these niggas is really shallow. I can care less about the cash flow, cause people nowadays are some assholes. Damn, I've been watching the shadows. Some of these niggas is really shallow. I can care less about the cash flow, cause people nowadays are some